All right, then we have the leg assembly, which once this is done is actually super easy to get onto the body. All we do is heat up this piece and pop them on. One thing I want to mention is very crucial. I have just a hexagon in the foot where the foot peg is, mainly for reasons of standing. What I've noticed before, when I did anything looser than that, she was not standing well and falling over fairly easy anytime you tried to pose her. So it does not like to move very well. We most definitely want to put a little bit of our lubricant in there. And once that is heated up and popped on, absolutely do not touch it for several minutes, because it is so tight here, it will break right there as you try to move it, and it's a pain trying to get those broken pieces out of here. So like before, a little bit of lubricant in going into here, not necessary for the other joints except for this one as well. So I recommend that we get this piece together with the ankle joint and the foot before we actually put it into the lower leg here. Other than that, assembly is pretty straightforward. Here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. Let's get this one rocking and we'll get it on the body. All right, we have a mostly assembled figure now. With the lightsaber, you basically need to heat up the hand to put it in. It will not just slide in. However, I recommend painting before we do that. Not a ton of heat. These hands, the fingers bend really easy. Once heated up, then you can put your lightsaber in, bend the fingers back over it, and she'll be good to go. And obviously for display purposes, if you want to remove the lightsaber at any point, just follow the same process. A little bit of light heat, pop that thing on out, and you'll be good to go. So last step, we just need a little head. All right, and just like that, friends, she is good to go. Just a couple quick little looks here. So the actual character, she does have kind of a skirt on the back and front of her armor here. And on the standard version, I actually left a little bit of space, as you can see, in both of those areas, to get some soft goods to put in there if you'd like. I used some actual kind of fake leather from a WWE Figures vest that I cut into little pieces and used for the commission that I did for Brian for this. I have not experimented yet with Resin1's flexible resin. That may be an alternative in future to offer as well, once I could actually design something and test that resin out to see if it's flexible enough to, you know, not inhibit articulation at all when you're moving her around. But that's pretty much it, friends. I plan on having assembled figures for sure on my Etsy store for sale. What I've done is I've actually sent 3 kits to 3 of my buddies, and I want to get their feedback on actually putting her together to see if I can just sell the kits for a little bit less, because as you can see, it normally takes about 35 to 40 minutes to fully assemble this figure, and obviously I want people to be aware of that and to, you know, make it worth your time if you're going to purchase the kit and money to basically put it together yourself. But the big reason I wanted my buddies to test this is to actually see if they feel like it would be feasible for the general public to basically buy the kit, put it together themselves, and go from there. So depending on their feedback, kits may be available on my Etsy store as well. But for now, I am planning on just selling the fully assembled figure. I don't know for how much yet, but I will let you all know once I get their feedback and when I decide how much we're going to start charging for these. So I hope you enjoyed the video, even if you're not planning on making one. Just hopefully the process of, you know, designing this all on the computer and having my first really fully articulated 3D figure that's printable is such a huge step towards what I want to do. I will eventually start a Patreon with figures, and at that time, I'm hoping next year, I will have the files available for Darth Talon, but as it stands right now, I am really only willing to actually sell prints of her. So thank you again for watching. This figure turned out awesome. I'd like to thank Brian, the person who commissioned this for me, for being so cool and so patient through this whole process. She took about 3 months to come together, 3 or 4 actually, and he was patient through it all, never bothered me once, never pressured me once, was super cool with everything, and that allowed this figure to turn out great. So once again, thank you all for watching. Hi, Drax. Drax has made a cameo. And let me know what you think in the comments for your feedback. I'd like to do some more printed figures in the future before I start my Patreon. And we will go from there. Drax needs love. I can't stop love.